This is Junior Martinez Estrella, a man facing murder charges in New York City. On the night of June 20th, 2018, Junior and four others, Manuel Rivera, Elvin Garcia, Jose Muniz, and Antonio Santiago, brutally stabbed and killed 15-year-old Leandro Guzman Feliz. All five were members of the Dominican gang called the Trinitarios. According to reports, Leandro left his home to meet a friend just a few blocks away in the Bronx. But suddenly, cars pulled up. The gang mistook him for a rival and began chasing him. The chase ended at a nearby bodega. CCTV footage showed Leandro running into the shop, desperately trying to hide behind the counter. But he was spotted. A struggle broke out. Gang members dragged him out of the shop. What happened next shocked all of New York. Armed with knives and machetes, the attackers took turns stabbing the teenager in the street. After the attack, they fled in getaway cars. A bleeding Leandro tried to re-enter the shop but was turned away. He then ran toward St. Barnabas Hospital, just 1 block away, but collapsed at the entrance. Bystanders tried to help, but 2 police officers stood by without taking action. They were later investigated. 20 minutes after the attack, Leandro died from a fatal stab wound to his neck. Police used CCTV to identify the attackers and arrested all 5.
Police have arrested the 5 suspects accused in the murder of this teenager in the Bronx.
They were charged with first-degree murder. During the trial, a 6th gang member, Kevin Alvarez, testified.
Kevin Alvarez's arrest, he's testifying in court against 5 of his fellow alleged Trinitarios gang members
against the group. He helped drag Leandro out of the bodega and took a plea deal for conspiracy. In court, Alvarez identified each attacker. The jury convicted all 5 for murder. At their sentencing, none of the gang members showed remorse. They flashed gang signs and shouted slogans. Estrella, who delivered the fatal stab, was sentenced to life without parole. Jose Muniz, Elvin Garcia, and Antonio Santiago received 25 years to life. Manuel Rivera was sentenced to 23 years to life. Leandro lost his life simply for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. XXXTentacion, Yace Onfroy. What happens when a famous artist is gunned down in broad daylight? This is the tragic story of Yace Onfroy, better known as XXXTentacion. On June 18, 2018, the rapper went shopping for a motorcycle in Florida with his step-uncle Leonard Kerr. He had withdrawn $50,000 to make the purchase. What he didn't know was that 4 men, Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, Dedrick Williams, and Robert Allen, were watching him. 2 of the suspects entered the dealership to confirm it was Onfroy. As Onfroy left the shop, a black SUV blocked his car. Armed and masked, Boatwright and Newsom stepped out. They robbed Onfroy at gunpoint. A struggle broke out, and Boatwright fatally shot the rapper. They stole his Louis Vuitton bag filled with cash and fled the scene. A passerby filmed the aftermath and called 911. Another captured footage of Onfroy's lifeless body in the driver's seat. The hip-hop world was shaken. Artists like Diplo and J. Cole paid tribute to the fallen star. Soon after, all 4 suspects were arrested. Robert Allen took a plea deal and agreed to testify against the others.
Are charged with 1 count of murder in the first degree.
In court, prosecutors said the killing was premeditated. Allen explained how Newsom grabbed the money, Boatwright fired the fatal shots, and Williams drove the getaway car.
3561. So ask yourselves, that's more than enough time to formulate the premeditated intent and the design to kill someone and the killing.
The defense teams tried to shift the blame. Boatwright's lawyer claimed Allen would lie on the stand.
Robert Allen is the only person that you will hear from that puts Michael Boatwright at Riva Motorsports on June 18th, 2018. Well, let me be very clear. If Robert Allen testifies in this case, he will lie.
Another defense attorney even brought up a wild conspiracy involving rapper Drake, suggesting he may have been involved, an accusation that was never supported by any evidence.
Before X died, he said, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. And do you think that for one moment, here today, days after the event, he's killed by 2 masked men, right? He came on social media and said, guys, before he dies, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. Do you think in that time span that they went and they addressed him and talked to him? No. Do you think sitting here today, years later, any detective has ever asked, Drake or anybody like that? No.
The prosecution responded with powerful evidence.
How much money in 2018 did you receive from either Drake or one of Drake's associates?
I never met Drake.
You never met Drake?
No.
Do you know who he is, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The evidence will not show that any firearm was ever recovered that could be matched or linked to Trayvon Newsom. The evidence will show no DNA whatsoever found on the body of Mr. Onfroy or on that car.
CCTV footage, witness testimony, and video.
Taller guy, as I tell you, the taller guy went round to Jassie's side. The shorter one now come round to the door that I was, my door that I opened, and he go inside the car. And then I heard something like, hey, hey! How much time I don't know, but I heard something like explode. You don't come out the effing car. And he was like with a gun. You don't come out the effing car. The shorter one was at Jassie's side.
Those of the suspects flaunting stolen money after the murder.
Shows Williams fanning $100 bills and surrounded by money. And this video taken at 12:35 a.m. This time Williams appears to be in a car, also fanning $100 bills, smiling and singing.
The final blow came from Allen's own testimony, confirming each man's role in the crime.
As he's grabbing the bag, shots are fired.
Who shoots the shots that are fired?
Michael Boatwright,
And who does he shoot?
Triple X,
Where does he shoot him from? What side of the car?
driver.
The jury found all 3 main suspects guilty of first-degree murder. They were sentenced to life in prison without parole. Robert Allen, thanks to his cooperation, received 7 years in prison plus 20 years probation. XXXTentacion's promising life ended over greed and violence. The case remains one of the most shocking examples of a celebrity targeted in a planned robbery.